Hey, what's going on, family? Thank you for checking out this podcast snippet. If you like what you hear in this snippet, you can tune in to the full podcast episode by clicking the links below in the description. Thank you, and until the next time we hop on the podcast together, shalom. And I definitely want to dig into what we came to talk about today. I think what you're doing is awesome. I think it is a blessing to many people. Like I said, I'm going to let you talk about that. Faith, math, music. I want you to just tell us a little bit about what it is and why you started it.
Right. So Faith Math Music is a faith-based enrichment program. Um, we, me and my wife, over the course of the last few months, actually, started to think about, our giftings and our abilities, and I was just praying and asking the Lord, what we should be doing with the time we had. Of course, 2020 has been a crazy year, worldwide pandemic, and everybody was home, in
Yeah.
the beginning of this. And I think one day I was in the kitchen, and me and my wife were talking, and I had been working in a public school or charter school,
Mm.
teaching fifth and sixth grade math. And
Yeah.
during the course of that year, I made a song about multiplication, which was really helpful to the kids. And even had some kids come to me and say, I feel like I understand math or multiplication better now because of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what can I do with this? I don't know why the thought came random. And then I went in the room, in the studio, and started to work on a song about counting by twos. And
Mm.
I don't know, Noah and the animals going in two by two. I'm telling you, man, the song almost, it just wrote itself. And then another one came, like in within an hour span. I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of cool. Like this is easy. This is coming easy. And I'm like, but I've seen math songs before, but
Mhm.
that the ideas were coming, and I could tie in faith with math and music. and
Yeah.
and then to add to it, my wife, she had done some animation in the past using the software that we use. And we were like, well, what if we use some like cartoons and put that
Mm.
together with it. And so we started to do it. My wife, she does an amazing job with the animation. And
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, she's just incredible. And so when we got done, we had several ideas, several concepts that incorporate faith, math, and music, that
Mm.
we feel like could be a blessing to kids, because we know how powerful music is in getting kids to
Absolutely.
remember
Yeah.
things. I don't know
Yeah.
if when you grow up, like my mom, she used to be like, man, you can remember all those lyrics to the songs. Can't remember that schoolwork.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
that was like a favorite saying in the house. You
Yes.
remember everything else. You remember them songs, but you can't remember nothing else.
Exactly. And so what we've been able to do is, along with teaching certain math concepts, tie in certain elements of faith. And
Mm.
so originally, our goal has been and still is to have an enrichment program where kids can come on after school, and we can teach them about math and about their faith, because we believe that that there is no separation between the sciences and STEM fields and God. God
Mm.
created the world the way it is, that we can explain it in terms of numbers. Like, if you want to know the temperature, the Celsius and Fahrenheit, and it all works to a system. Weight,
Mm.
time, all the things that we measure life in, we're using numbers. And
Yeah.
the reason why it's that way is God made it that way, right? But the secular world will try to have you believe that there's a separation between faith and science, and that's the furthest from the truth.
Mm.
The one who made it all made it that way. And if we can teach kids at an early age that the two are connected. We're
Yeah.
hoping that we can have more representation in STEM fields. That when they grow up to be scientists and doctors, they'll be able to hold on to their faith, having that foundation and it not being an alien idea to them. Science and faith working together.
Yeah. Nah, wow. That's powerful. And I mean, like you said, when it comes to the kids, man, they're so impressionable at such an early age. What better, than to teach them obviously the things that they need to learn for natural life, but also teach them about faith, teach them about the Lord, and just lead and guide them like the scripture says in the way that they should go. You know what I mean? So that's super powerful, man, that you guys are doing that. Like I was sharing with you, I had my sons watching some episodes and, really trying to encourage them to stop constantly watching, so many of these other things because they like to watch stuff about video games. And it's not necessarily things that are bad in themselves, but I'm like, listen, you guys need to practice on watching some things that will help educate you, help you get smarter and help you do your work better. But also, on top of the things we're teaching them about the Lord, can teach you about Christ. You know what I mean? So I think that is a powerful tool. And if you guys are listening out there, I mean, we're going to share some of the information and how you can, check out everything that Christian has going on. He, his wife, and his kids. And yeah, talk a little bit about your kids, man, because they're involved in the process, man. Talk about it, man.
Well, but my kids, man, my two daughters, who are part of this, they have always been just very, very colorful characters in the house, and man,
Yeah.
the way they interact with each other and with us, we're like, man, y'all seem like y'all like in a TV show,
Yeah.
you know, already,
Yeah.
and so one day we were just like, it would be cool. Well, this is actually an idea I had a couple years ago. To just
Yeah.
maybe give them a YouTube something where they would just talk from a kid's standpoint, and just
Hmm.
see what they would come up with. But
Yeah.
once we started to make the music videos for math, I was like, well, what if we just do them in cartoon form and see how that works? And
Hmm.
so we asked them for ideas for episodes, and they made us a list of episodes. Two daughters made a list of episode ideas, and so what we did is we started taking one by one and see how we can incorporate their personalities into the Chrissy and Abby show, and just
Mm.
kind of let them do it. And they've been amazing. Like a lot of it comes natural to them. They're able to do it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are not familiar, on the channel we have a show called the Chrissy and Abby Show, where my two daughters, they sit and they talk and they tell Bible stories from a kid perspective. It's
Powerful. Powerful.
Yeah,
Powerful.
it's a cartoon version of themselves, and they're doing the voices. And also, there's like images of people, characters in the Bible story. So we've covered so far the the story of God's creation. We've studied. We did the fall of Adam and
Hmm.
Eve. We've done the story of David and Goliath. We've done Joseph, and we plan on doing many more Bible stories. And so it's just to show kids that, like, even at a young age, you can learn about the Bible and you can share
Yeah.
it with your friends in a fun and creative way. And so we love what the show has been doing. Actually, it's had a profound effect on the channel.
Mm.
It's largely responsible for the amount of subscribers we have to date, which we're excited about. So hopefully you guys will check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, no.